But before we get into the X's and O's of this one, we have a public service announcement to make. Go ahead and roll that, Zook.
Okay, so the DC Defenders picked up a win in the first game of the renewed XFL season, but the Defenders' legendary beer snake did not.
As lemons are coming on the field.
You are far stronger as a unit than the jabronis running Audi Field security. And we will free the snake in week 3. I promise you that.
I'm back where I belong. Yeah, I never felt so strong. I'm back, I'm feeling like there's nothing I can't try. And if you with me, put your hands high. Put your hands high. You haven't lost a life before. This one's for you. Put your hands high. The dreams are filled. You're rocking with the best. I'll be on the song. I hear the tears of a clown. I hate that song. I always feel like they're talking to me when it comes on.
So thank you, XFL, for listening to the people of America, and the people of the district. We're grateful. You have given us something that Roger could never: our beer snake and our freedom. And those cups are greater than us as individuals. So to that we raise our cups and swallow our beer. They unite us as one nation under football. In the name of Dwayne Johnson, amen. Let's talk football. The St. Louis offense against the DC defense here. We didn't get the chance to talk to AJ McCarron this week, but if we did, we would have asked him, AJ, what's the more intimidating environment? Audi Field or Death Valley? And I think you know the answer. Before you jump to conclusions and tell me Death Valley, the greatest atmosphere in college football, show me a starting left tackle for an opposing team in Death Valley or anywhere in the SEC that was getting pelted with lemons during the game. You won't be able to. So you'll call me a liar. I got the facts to back it up. And Reggie Northrup will tell you coming up. It's not as hard, or it's not as easy as you think to play in Audi Field. So St. Louis is going to need Brian Hill back. I think they're going to get him back. AJ McCarron was their leading rusher last week, and he ran a 4.9 at the combine. I don't know how, but we've never seen AJ run, even in college. I have heard he's a good athlete, so props to him there, but they got to have some kind of rushing game here. AJ had negative 50 rushing yards in college, by the way. A lot of sacks he took, but that hurt his stats. But again, they need somebody else to run the ball. It needs to be Brian Hill. Anthony Beck did mention he should be ready to go this week, and while DC has one of the best rushing defenses in the league, they allow less than 75 yards per game, they have not been tested with a running back the caliber of Brian Hill quite yet. We talked about Seattle and Vegas, right? 2 teams that start fast and then fade. Well, this is the exact opposite. This is the second half teams. So we might have a 0-0 first half. What are we going to get in the second half here? I think you're going to need at least a 20 spot on A.J. McCarron and his buddy Austin Prohl just to be safe. And I'm not sure if we can get a prop bet anywhere, but I think laying a max play on St. Louis to finally turn that damn ball over would be a safe bet. No turnovers through 2 games. It's exceptional. The protection they've been able to have. I'd love to see Reggie Northrup just put a lick on McCarron and force a fumble here like he did Luis Perez. Marcel Aitman has been a little quiet. 5 catches for 68 yards for the first-round pick. I think he's been a little banged up with a hamstring. It's going to be tough sledding against a really good defender secondary. The pick sixes have become a staple at Audi Field going back to even 2020. So flipping sides of the ball, DC offense versus the St. Louis defense. What a spot, guys, for Jordan Ta'amu here. Remember, he will not forget the final game of XFL 2020. You all remember Matt Jones, the St. Louis running back, stuffed on that 4th and 1 play to secure the DC win over JT's Battlehawks. And that ended up clinching the East for the Defenders. I know, 3-way tie atop the division. DC beat St. Louis and New York. Unofficial East champions in 2020. So if you can't beat them, join them, Jordan. It's that simple. He's poised to have his best game. St. Louis has given up 200 passing yards in both of their games, and St. Louis looking like they'll finally get Travis Feeney back, though, which is huge. He was out with a concussion. He wreaked havoc on the Brahmas offensive line week 1. He's going to probably have to play immediately here. And then Bruno Reagan, another signing for DC. Again, offensive line a question. We saw Cody Conway, the starting left tackle, go down. Mike Maietti, Jersey Mike, the center, has already been out for DC. And now Ty Clary, the backup center, is out. So Bruno Reagan joins Jordan Ta'amu. He used to snap the ball to him in 2020. He's probably going to have to be plugged right in. Again, this is not a good situation for DC up front, but this number's been moving as well. We opened up at DC -2. We're now at 2.5. That's a good sign. That means DC's taking some money, and I think that's the right side. I did lock it in at -2. We'll get to that in our best bets. And, of course, I'm riding with my boys. DC is the pick. Remember, guys, this team is unbeaten within the confines of Audi Field, and that will not change. And you better not disagree, Zook, because you know who's going to come out with a win in this game. I know you're reluctant, but if we get to 3-0 and you guys drop to 0-3, you might as well write it off. That's going to be tough. You guys have to win this weekend, especially considering the XFL North gets 2 teams in the playoffs. So even if you can sneak into that top 2, you don't have to have the best 4 record in the league. You just have to be in the top 2 of your division. Be interesting, and I don't even want to know. I mean, Mikey Manziel said he played Battlehawks money line last week. He didn't make it a best bet, though. He loves A.J. McCarron. Just absolutely adores that guy. So the DC Defenders, you will go 3-0, and we'll have another victory Monday right back here on the Boulevard.